Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 11. The chapter which we are related with is capital and revenue. 10 questions are already solved. As usual, we are provided 5 entries and we are going to write narrations in detail. Then we will decide it is capital or revenue. The reason would be put over here. So we are very open to start our question. Let's start. First entry is A, and we have purchased goods for resale purpose. The first thing which we will notice, these are goods, and when goods are bought, they are bought again and again. This is usual practice, and even in a single month we will perform this step or activity for several times. So that is why goods purchased, even it was not mentioned, for example resale purpose. So we already understood that goods are bought for resale purpose. So goods purchased, we will call it revenue. And there are several reasons regarding this. It asset not acquired, yes. It would happen again and again, yes. And we are picking it because it's usual practice and we will be performing this function for several times in shorter period of time. In this way, first entry has been completed. Now we will see what second entry is saying. Old machinery was repaired. As you know that this repair of old machine is not second hand. We are not buying this machine. This is usual practice. Repair of machine. So please understand, when it's an old machine, its repair is usual practice and we do it for several times in under a year. That is why we will call it revenue, because this repair was for older machinery. Again, there are several reasons. This is the best reason. It was just to maintain the business. And beside this, we will write it was since an asset. So it was for the maintenance of asset. In this way, our B entry is completed. Now let's see what C entry is saying. Old machinery having book value 40,000 sold since 37,000. Please understand, whenever we are selling our asset, machine is your asset. It's not usual practice. So you will not be doing it on daily basis or monthly basis. Several years after you will be doing this, that means you will not be selling this machine for the shorter period of time. It is for the longer of period of time, but as usual, I already informed you, since these are two amounts, we will divide this entry into two parts. First, we have decided it is not usual. You will sell your asset after a longer period of time. So amount which you are receiving, this 37,000, first we will write for 37,000. This is amount received for sale of asset. We have sold our asset and receive amount 37,000. First thing, it is capital because it is not usual. And second thing, you are receiving this amount. So that is why you will call it receipt. So this is capital receipt. Little more space we should increase. Okay, so this is capital receipt. And again, in second entry, please understand the value of that machine was 40,000. And we have understood that it may be possible second-hand truck, second-hand asset can be sold at higher than that of original price or lower than original price. Both possibilities were present. But here, situation is not in our favor. Value of asset was 40 and we have sold it for 37. It means price we are receiving is less. So it's not favorable position right now. So now we will see what 3000. How 3000 you have calculated? Asset was 40,000 and you have sold it for just 37,000. So remaining 3000 is your loss. Loss on sale of asset. Again, this loss would not be happening in routine. Once in several years you will be selling your asset, and the loss at that time you are facing, still that loss is rare. It's not usual practice. Again, we will call it as capital, but at the same time, we will understand it is loss. So please understand, the amount which you will receive by selling your asset is a receipt, capital receipt, and the loss you are suffering at the time of selling your asset is loss, but capital loss. Reasons we can take any of this. It does not happen again and again. Yes, it's a rare case. We will not be doing it for several times in short period. So you can take it. It does not happen again and again. So since this is single entry, so same can be used. Same reason can be used for C point. Now let's go for D point. Amount spent on uniform of factory workers. Please underline this word workers. We have discussed it for several times. Whatever needs of your workers is, that is temporary for shorter period of time, and it would be repeated for so many times. When you have given that uniform to the worker, it might be possible within few days that uniform has been damaged during the course of working, or it may be possible that worker had left the job and new worker hired, and that uniform is not suitable for the new worker. There are several examples. In shortest way, just understand, if you are doing any activity for the workers, this is routine. So now when we are talking about uniform of workers, I have asked you to underline this workers. So any activity related to workers, this is routine, and you will be doing it for several times. Uniform for the workers. It would happen again and again. Yes, it is possible. But first narration was it is made for the shorter period of time. Yes, we can take it. Alright guys, so uniform is revenue, and the reason we have established is it is made for the shorter period of time. Now number E entry, and that E entry is saying compensation paid to employee. Again this word workers or employee, one of the same thing. So the matters related to employee, they are repetitive, they will be happening again and again. Secondly, injuries are common. Once you will be compensating one employee for injury, there is absolute possibility after a week or after a month a second employee is injured. So you will be compensating second employee. After a week, month, or after few months, another worker can be injured. So it's usual practice, and due to its form or nature of usual practice, we will call it revenue. So injuries to worker, this would be considered as revenue because it would happen again and again. This is the closest reason we are picking it, and by writing it, we have just completed our question. Injuries to the worker, it's repetitive, it would happen again and again. That is why we have called it revenue. So guys, in this way, all 5 entries are completed. Solution is in front of you, but I am requesting you to please practice this question by yourself. Listening is very good, but you will understand it when you will be doing it by yourself. So it is requested to please practice, but you are very open to ask your question, to share your problems after doing practice. I will be trying my best to answer your queries instantly. So thank you very much for your time. It's time to end our lecture. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.